Hey everybody, what's going on, guys? It's me again. I'm back doing another video on the channel that I have left dead for many years. You know, I did the video last night, the I'm grateful for my life video, and I was kind of watching it back. I've watched it back a few times now, I will say, a bit obsessively. I don't know why, but I've kind of came to the realization that, like, I like doing this. I mean, I always knew that I have. Talking to a camera, for some reason, there's something interesting to me about that, and I think I have a way of making things seem interesting. So, despite that video getting no views, I don't really care, because this is more for me than anybody else. Something I really like doing is looking back on the past, specifically because of the nostalgia factor, because I find that very interesting. Looking back, being a little introspective about it as well, like, oh, how did I used to be, all this stuff, and it's cool. It's just awesome. And so for this video, maybe I have the ability to reach out to other people and make an impact on someone's life, because something that I have noticed within my generation, the people that I know around my age, 20s, 19 years old, because I'm 19 right now, I turned 20 in 2-ish months, and that's a stark realization that I've made, where it's like, wow, I'm 20, this is the beginning of my actual life, I have to make the decisions now. See, for the longest time in high school, and this goes with the topic of the video, guys, stick with me for this one. So in high school, or even school for that matter, you're not really thinking so much about your future, or at least for me, I didn't. I mean, obviously you do think like, well, what am I gonna do? Like, when I'm older, I don't know. A lot of the time you're just like, I have so much time. And in a way that is true, you know, that is true, but there's never a better time than right now to think about the important things, you know, what really truly matters, and what kind of life you want to set out for yourself and how you want to live your life. I was talking to my dad. I guess this is a bit more of a personal thing to be sharing on the internet, but I want to do it for the sake of this concept, and that's my grandpa, or his dad. He didn't live a very healthy life. He ended up dying of, I believe, lung cancer, possibly some kind of cancer. I don't remember anymore, but this cancer killed him, and near the end of his life, when he was, I guess, dying, not on his deathbed, but when he was dying, he said, I've lived a shitty and wasteful life. See, that's the exact thing that I would love to avoid, is that kind of life. I don't want to be dying and think, fuck, like, what the fuck did I do? Like, I've made a mistake. I've made a grave mistake. But what I actually want to be thinking is, I did everything that I needed to do. I did what I set out to do, and I'm okay with dying, quite honestly. I mean, this has been a wonderful experience. There's been so many ups and downs, but through all of it, I found the beauty in life. And I think that's what you could say most people want to be thinking when they die. You don't want to be like, fuck, I hate my life. Why did I do this to myself? I mean, who wants to be doing that? And so a common reoccurring theme that I notice when I talk to people around my age is that they don't really know what they want to do with their life. They don't know how they want to live their life. You get heavily influenced by the people around you during high school, by your family, all of that stuff. But I invite you, if you're watching this video and feeling a bit lost about what it is you want to do, I invite you to think, what do I actually want out of my life? What is it that I am hoping to achieve here? How do I want to live it? Think about, now this is a very open-ended question, and that's why you might get stuck and think, like, what's the point of that question? I've thought about this a billion times, but you kind of have to go more into the specifics. Do you want to feel good when you wake up? Do you want to have a body that you're proud of? Do you want to be financially stable? Do you want to be working a lot, or do you want to be having a lot of leisure time? Do you want to be working for something that makes a lot of money, or for something that makes you really happy? You might be asking, well, work, there's no way you can find joy or happiness out of work, but that's not the case. Of course you can. You just have to go into something that really excites you. And the thing about life that a lot of people, I've seen it before, with people that I know, people that I've heard from their experiences of, and someone who really inspires me actually is my mom, because she has switched her career paths many times, and she's told me, I don't think people are supposed to be stuck in one specific path. I think that's actually very true. The more that I think about this whole topic overall of what should I do with my life, I feel like I don't know what to do with it. And it's kind of like, the thing about life is we've been living in such a busy world for so long, where we're all interconnected and all hearing everyone's opinions and comparing each other and getting stuck in our own bubbles of algorithms and societies. A lot of the times we don't don't have the opportunity to think constructively and think originally. What is it that I want to do? Why am I living the way that I am now at all? Does it line with my goals? And so you should be asking yourself that. Obviously, it's a different circumstance when you're dealing with something like depression, because at that point, your only efforts are really to escape that, I would say. You kind of just want to remove that feeling from yourself so you can focus on your life rather than constantly being very miserable and depressed. But that's a whole other topic entirely that we're not really going to delve into on this video. Maybe I'll make a separate video on that. But the whole idea of this video is to get you thinking. Like I said, a lot of people that I talk to around my age, they don't really know what they want to do. They have no idea, you know, like we just graduated high school a few years ago now. I mean, like 2 years ago, but still, we just graduated high school. What is it that we want to do? We have tons of time to figure that out. But while you're taking this time to figure that out, I really encourage everybody to do some exploring just in the world. Just explore, because the more you explore, the more that you realize what you like and what you don't like. And those things can really help you in deciding what you want your life to be, what you want to do with the time that we have, because it is limited, despite what you may think. Oh, I have so much time, but eventually that'll catch up to you and you'll be fucking 80 years old and realize, damn, I'm 80 years old. I probably don't have much longer. And well, yeah, I mean, people live to 100. The average lifespan is around 80. So taking that into account, it's not a timer that you should perceive it as. You shouldn't add unnecessary pressure to yourself, but think of it like a monthly schedule, you know, where you get to decide what you want to do with that schedule. This day I'm going to do this. This day I'm going to do that. This day I'm going to do this. You can kind of apply that to your own life. This period of time, I'm going to attribute to honing in on a craft, you know, honing in on something that I can really become skillful at, something that I enjoy. Specifically, when you're getting into something that you want to be skillful at, it should probably be something that you like doing, because otherwise the motivation isn't really all there. Despite believing it's something you want to do, it doesn't give you that excitement. So what I encourage you to do is explore, find a hobby that you just excites you so much. Like you're like, wow, I really fucking love this. This is so cool. And that doesn't mean you have to do it all the time. It doesn't mean you have to be obsessed with it either, because that's what also creates burnout. Take time to learn the things that you want to learn and to explore the things that sound interesting to you. Don't rush it. There's no point in rushing it, because while time is limited, it's still true. We have so much time. It's a bit contradictory, but it's all true. And when I say don't rush things as well, I think it's important to note that you shouldn't feel pressured to immediately go out to work, get into a field that you believe is kind of maybe something that you could see yourself doing. Try and be sure of it before you actually do it, because if you go to university and you go there for a few years, you know, obviously you're going to get your bachelor's, maybe you get your master's. Maybe you take it even further. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of money. And while you'll probably have a lot of good experiences that you might feel better off, you might be thankful, really think about how you want to dedicate your time, because you can still be making positive experiences doing something you're sure about too. All of this is just food for thought. It's not a certain set in stone way to live your life. It's just some ideas that I wanted to share, because I've been thinking about this today. And a lot of people, when I ask them, like, what is it that you want to do? What's your plan for life? Because I ask this question a lot. I don't know. It's something that intrigues me, because I know personally exactly what I want to do. I've known it for a while. There's never been a doubt about it. This is what I want to do, and that's programming. I love it. I love computers. I love technology. I love programming. And if I wasn't going into programming, I would go into either some kind of content creation, whether it be YouTube or movies or even music, or psychology, because those are my interests. I'm very, very interested in all of those things, and I know that I have a certain degree of passion for them. I encourage you to think, what are your passions? What do you love doing? What is it that makes you excited? Maybe explore those more. If it's a hobby, for example, something that you don't think you could turn into work and make a meaningful income from, what is it about that hobby? For music, let's say, a lot of people get stuck because they think, oh, well, you have to make it big to be successful as a musician. But I don't think that's necessarily true. I mean, there are huge markets for a lot of different things within the music industry, whether it be beats, doing performances at live shows. You don't need to be someone big to do a live performance at a wedding or whatever, you know? There's so many outlets of ways of making revenue from a hobby, simply just a hobby. I really think the best thing is just to explore, because it happened for me where I was treating programming simply as a hobby for quite a period of time. And eventually I found myself making strides and being able to develop somewhat of an income from it. And here I am now studying it in college, having found work, and it's going really well. And all of this started as just me at a younger age being very exploratory and thinking like, okay, this is cool. Like I want to make games with programming, and then I want to make websites, and I want to do this. Now I have some skills that are very valuable. It's not as if for music, for example, if that's something you're really interested in, but you don't know if you can turn it into work, ask yourself this: is there demand for music? Of course there is. It's everywhere. Music is in all media all the time. There's music in this video. Somebody made this song. It's in demand. There are huge sites where you can go find music to license for your YouTube videos. I used to do that on this site called Soundstripe. It's a bit expensive. I'm not really a money maker at the moment. I'm in college. I'm a bit broke. I really believe that you can make any kind of meaningful revenue from any outlet, really. Anything that entertains you, anything you find enjoyment from, you can do it. You really can. It just takes time, and it takes patience too. Everything in life takes patience. So much of it. I think patience is one of the most important skills in life, is just being patient and letting things kind of go a little bit, letting it flow and kind of going with the punches, I guess, because sometimes that's what you have to do. So yeah, my call to action for this video is, what do you love about your life? What do you hate about your life? Do you want to keep doing the things that you hate? How can you change it? How can you make things better in the future? It's not going to happen immediately. It never does. Nothing is ever immediate. It all takes a lot of effort and a lot of time. So the question is, where do you want to apply your efforts? And hopefully this video, if you have been feeling lost, it's obviously not going to make you not feel lost, but it's going to put that thought into your head, these thoughts in your head, these questions, and hopefully get you on that journey or that path of becoming less lost. Thank you for watching, guys. Yesterday when I made the video talking about how I'm grateful for my life, I didn't think I would be uploading more, but I found myself having some motivation to do this. I don't know how long it's going to last, but I like spreading positivity. So I hope you guys are all having a really good day, and try and make it a meaningful one. Thank you. Now guys, to end this video, I'm gonna be attempting a handstand. I am not very good at them, but we're gonna give it a shot. So let's do it. So usually the way that people have told me to start is by going into what you call the frog pose. So that's where you go like this, and then you put your knees on your arm, and then you gotta just... let's try it again. Let's try it again. I mean, you know, it gets better every day. It gets better every day. Bye.